Hello. Hema sir, should we start the session now? It's already
Yeah, you
10:08.
you can start.
I think 39 participants have already joined the meeting, right?
Yes, ma'am. Right. It's
Okay.
already.
So good morning, one and all. Please let me know if I'm audible to you. Is it clearly audible? Please reply in chat window.
Yeah, it's audible, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I'm getting response from participants as well. Yes, you are audible. Okay. Okay, so I think we should start the session now. Good morning, one and all. I, Lalita Yadav, Assistant Professor from Computer Science Department, D Government College, welcome you all to the second day of this 2 days workshop, Tele 2.0. Let me share my screen first. What we are going to cover in this session. Please let me know whether it's visible or not. I'm sharing my screen. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am, visible.
Okay. I request all the participants to please put yourself on mute mode and turn your camera off. I am doing the same. Is my screen visible to all of you?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot. Okay, so in this session, we are going to discuss about Google Forms add-ons. First, we'll discuss a little bit about Google Forms, and then we will proceed towards some of the add-ons that I have explored during this pandemic situation. I am using all those. So I'm going to discuss all those with you guys also. So first, what we are going to discuss the student performance tracker, how we can track the performance of our student with the help of two add-ons that are Autocrat and Doc Appender. These two add-ons we are going to use to track the performance of our student. For example, suppose I am teaching one class, and I want the performance. I just want to know the performance of my student in other classes as well. So I want the feedback from other teachers. So I can do it very easily with the help of Autocrat and Doc Appender. We'll see how we are going to do it. Next is Choice Eliminator add-on. This is the very good add-on, I could say. We can eliminate the number of options we normally give to the students. Suppose we have given number of choices to the student, and we restrict the number of entries for particular choice. So for that, we can use Choice Eliminator add-on. This is also very good add-on we can use. And at last, we are going to generate the certificate automatically with the help of Certify M add-on. So I request all the participants to please turn on your laptop, because this session is going to be interactive session. It's not the one-way communication. I suppose it's going to be two-way, both the ways. You will do all the things parallelly what I am going to tell you here in the session. So I request all the participants to please turn your laptop on parallelly so that you can do the steps as I am doing with the session. You can do all those steps. Apart from that, I'm going to share some forms. The form I'm going to make here, I'll share with you in the chat box. You are supposed to fill the form or you are supposed to reply. Then only we can proceed. In this way, we are going to proceed this session. Okay, one more announcement I want to make here. Please join Google Classroom, which I have created yesterday. As of now, 20 participants have joined the class. I am requesting so because we are going to post the quiz in Google Classroom only as a link. So the quiz will be posted in Google Classroom only. So to get your certificate, that's the basic requirement that you are supposed to attempt for the quiz. So for that purpose, you are required to join the class that I have created yesterday. Let me show you once again how you can join the class, and I'm sharing the code once again with you guys so that you can join the class. Meanwhile, I request you please turn on your laptops so that we can start the add-ons. First, go to Google browser and type classroom.google.com. Log in with your Gmail ID and you will be landed to this page. You just have to click plus symbol. Just a minute. You just have to click this plus symbol and click join class. Then it will ask you about the code, class code it will ask. So what you have to do, you just have to write this code. Please note it down. TIKE5HL, all in small case. You just have to type in this code and you are good to go to join the class. So I request once again, please join the class because the link of quiz will be posted here only. So please join the class. Okay, so now let's proceed towards the session. Still people are joining. Okay, so we should go for Google Form. For that, we need to go to Google Drive or directly you can open Google Forms. You are required to log in with your Gmail ID. Open Google Forms. Okay. So first I'll let you know some of the option left yesterday. Some questions we did, short paragraph you already know, multiple choices we have tried, checkboxes also I think we tried it, and drop down also we tried, file upload I told you, and these 3-4 options were left yesterday, so I'll complete it today. So let us start making a quiz. Make it as a demo quiz.
Anita ma'am,
Yes sir.
only the PowerPoint is visible on the screen. If you're working in the browser, it is not visible.
Oh, it's not visible.
Yeah, it is still in agenda for session 3.
Oh, okay. I have explained all the steps with Google Classroom. That was not visible.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No.
Sorry.
Oh, okay. Let me share the screen once again.
Yeah.
Sir, is it
Now
visible now? Oh,
yeah, it's visible.
so I skipped all those steps. That I explained all the Google Classroom steps, that how to join. Do I need to explain it again or all the participants are aware how to join the class? Please reply in chat box. explain once
Better you
again,
can
ma'am.
explain it once
Okay,
now.
okay, okay. Okay, sir, I'm explaining. So my screen is clearly visible now? Hema, sir?
It's visible.
Okay. So what you are required to do, you just have to type classroom.google.com in your browser. You are required to log in. It will taking me directly to this page because I have already signed in. Right, you are required to log in with your Gmail ID and you will you will be landed over this page. So you have to click to plus symbol. Here you will get option join class. Right, so click join class and you are asked for class code. Class code, I'm telling you, this is the class code. Please note it down. It's TIKEFHL, all in small case. So you are required to put this class code and you would be able to join this class, Tele 2.0. So
We have one problem.
Yes, sir.
Sorry to interrupt. Some people are having G Shoot account. For them, this ID will not work. Since we have created using Gmail, those who are using G Shoot account.
Okay.
So for them, they will not be able to join this classroom.
So what is the other way to join? With G Suite account also we can join the class, na?
For that, we have to create another classroom with the G Shoot account.
With G Suite account. Okay, but I am not having G Suite account, sir. I'm just having the normal account. So better I request. Yeah. You are having, I think, the G Suite account. So I request you to create class and then we can share that with students so that they can join that class. And we'll share the quiz link in both the classes. That way we can do. Right?
Yeah, okay.
So those who are having the normal Gmail account, please join the class by using this code. All right. So now let us proceed towards our session. Okay. So this time I'm going to add one question. Linear scale yesterday we did. So today I'll try multiple choice grid question. Suppose I want to ask, select the right answer. And number of options I have to give now. Input device. Then next. Suppose output device. Oh. Suppose I have given these three questions, right? So to first, I need to make it as a quiz. For that, what I have to do, just go to this quizzes tab and just enable this button, make this as a quiz. So here I have to mention the answer key, output device is printer, input device is monitor, and memory is RAM. Here I need to mention the points, how much point I need to give for each option. Suppose I want to give just a single point, and I just have to click done. You can see how it looked like or how it will be visible to the student. See, this way it will look like. These are the question and these are the number of options student have to choose from. And it will in the form of option button. Student has to choose one. If she or he chooses one right option, then he or she will get 1 point, and so on, right? Okay. Let us do the next question. Rather, I have one more option, that I can make the duplicate question. If I want the same question in another form, then I can just duplicate it. I just have to click duplicate and it will create another copy of the same question. This time I want it to be checkbox grid. So I'll select this checkbox grid and the same question will appear in checkbox form. Everything would be same, marks and everything would be same. Let us see. Okay. Next question. So all these are done. Date is for date. If you want to put the date, like you are taking the date from the student that on what date they have joined the college, or if you are taking date as date of joining for any employee, then you can take it date as well. See, this will be displayed in month, day and year, right? Next, time, same way you can use time also. At what time they are logging in or whatever the time, if you require, then you can take time also. So what I am going to do is I am going to share this form with you. First, let us see how it will look like. See. Can you see the difference in option button and check boxes? See, this is the difference. Here you can select just one option and here you can select multiple options. This is the difference between both of them. Okay, and the date will come in month, date and year. I haven't put any point, so by default it's 10. You can change it by clicking over answer key, right? So you can make it as ungraded. You can put 0.0. Let me show it how you can do it. You just have to click answer key. If you want to make it ungraded, then you just have to click 0. That means you are not giving any points for this particular question, right? So this is how you can use all these type of questions in your quiz, right? So I think I need not to share this link because it's very easy. All of you are able to make it. So let us proceed towards our next topic, that is autocrat and doc appender to measure the performance of the student. So for that, what things do we require? First of all, we have to make a folder separately. So I request you all to do all the steps along with me, side by side. So first, create a folder. Go to your Google Drive, click new, go to Google Drive, click new, click folder, and here give the name of the folder. Suppose I want to give name students performance records. Okay, so I am creating a folder with the name student performance record. It is here. I haven't created anything, so it's just blank. Second thing I need is a Google Sheet. So create new, just click Google Sheets. Now here I'll make a sheet. Suppose with name and roll number of students. So first column is name, second is roll numbers of students. So suppose I'm taking some student's name, Amit, Sumit, next Rohit, Shalini. I think that is enough. I need to put some roll numbers as well. So 101, 102, and so on. So I just have to drag it. It's in continuation form. Okay. That is it. I just, so far what I have created one folder with name student performance records in my Google Drive. Second thing, I just created a Google Sheet with 4 students with their name and roll numbers. This is what I did by now. Next thing, I am required to create a template. For that, I need to create one document file. So I have to go to Google Docs to create the template. Here I am going to use some tags. Whatever I put in angular brackets will be a tag, will be act as a tag. So as in HTML we use tags. So this is same as HTML. The tag we are going to use it is connected to the Google Sheet actually. So the column we have given the title, the field name must be act as a tag, but we have to put it in angular bracket. In this angular bracket, then only it will act like a tag. Purpose you will get to know when we run this form. Then you will get to know that what is the purpose to make these tags. Okay, so what I want here, name with students performance record. That's what I want. Okay, so I just have to make a template in Google Docs with one tag called name. I just have to put it at angular brackets to make it as a tag. Please make a note, professors, please make a note. If you don't put the angular bracket, then it won't act like a tag. It will act like a simple regular text as student performance record. Right? So you just have to make sure that you put two angular brackets before the tag and two angular brackets before the after the tag. So by now we have done 3 things. We have created one folder in Google Drive. We have created a sheet with the 4 students, and we have created one template in which we have mentioned a tag name. All right. Next thing what we have to do is we just have to create one form, Google form. Click more, go to Google Forms, click a blank form. Okay, so you can write it teachers feedback. Okay, activity recorder, or whatever the name you want to go. Let me give student performance record. Suppose I'll give this name. All right. Okay. So here what I just want to collect the email ID of teacher, and here I'll give name. This will be the name of the student. I'll keep it multiple choice for a purpose. You will get to know later why I have put this on multiple choice question. Next, I'm giving the roll number. It must be a number. Okay, so by default it's putting the response validation check. Next question, teacher name. So this I'll put as can take as drop down or multiple choice. It's your choice. So suppose teacher name is Mrs. Simmi. Next. Next teacher is Mrs. Sarita. Mr. Satish. And one more, Mrs. Shifali. Suppose these are the 4 teachers who are teaching the same class, same section. So I have just mentioned the name of all the teachers who are teaching the same class, same section, right? Here, add-ons will come into the picture. So as of now, what we have did, we did 4 things. First, we have created one folder in our Google Drive. Second thing, let me show you this student performance record I have created. Second thing, I have created one Google Sheet. Let me show you. Let me refresh the page. This Google Sheet we have created. So let me give some name. Students record. Okay, so we are having the name and roll number of the students here. So we have created this with the name student record with 2 fields, name and roll number. And we have created, let me close this. And we have created one form, that is teachers feedback form. With 3 questions, the name of the student, roll number and the teacher name. And one more question I have to mention, the performance I'm asking about now. So performance of the student during semester 1. So suppose I'm asking about the performance of all those 4 students which I have entered in the Google Sheet from other teachers, that how they were performing in their classes. So what score or what grade they want to give, they can choose from this. So first I just want to add all: excellent, good, fair and poor. So these are the grades the teachers can give to the students, right? Okay, so we are done with 4 things: one Google form, one Google Sheet, one folder and one form. So we did. Still participants are joining the meeting. Okay. All right. Let me refresh the drive. See, I have created teachers feedback form and this demo quiz. I think I should delete because this, otherwise it will create disturbance. Okay, student record I have created, and this is the template I have created just to make different file for each student. I have mentioned 4 students in my Google Sheet. So what the one of the this add-on will do, will create 4 different file with 4 different name of the student. So that is the reason I have created this template. Okay, so let us proceed. What we are required to do, we just have to have add-ons. Now we will work on add-ons. So I request all the participants to please reply in chat window. Am I clear to all of you? Sorry. Till now, if you have any doubt, then you can post in chat window. Kindly wait for each step explanation, ma'am. No, please wait. Okay, okay. Okay, please take your time. We can wait for next 5 minutes. Please, I'm just concluding what I have done till now. Can you show the menu created by you? Which menu, sir? Google form. Okay, the form I have created, you want that me to share? Okay, this is the form I have created. Just a minute. Do we need both the Google Forms and the student performance record and teacher feedback, or only one is enough? Sir, Google Form I have used. I'm going to share the link with other teachers. They are going to comment or they are going to post their feedback with this form. For that purpose, I have created this form. The template, the Google document I have created for the purpose of template. What it will do, it will create the number. Suppose I am having 50 or more than 50 students in my class. So it's a tedious task to create a separate file for each and every student, right? So with the help of add-on, it will automate this task. What it will do, it will create 50 separate file with 50 student name. I need not to create 50 separate file for each student. So that template I have created for that purpose. Is it clear now? Google form I am going to share with my co-teachers. They will score or they will grade the performance of the students. And I will get the consolidated report individually. You can say if I have 50 students, then I would be able to get feedback from other teachers for all the 50 students. Folder student record teachers feedback, one document. Folder student record teacher feedback. See, the folder I have created will hold all the details or all the files which will be created by the autocrat. Suppose I have 50 students, so this folder is going to hold that 50 files. Got it? The folder I have created will hold all the files of students. Suppose here I have created 4 students. So this folder is going to hold 4 individual file with the name of student. Got it? Am I clear, sir? Am I clear, ma'am? Sorry. Yes. Okay. Thank you. So sheet I have created to maintain the record. The record is there in the sheet that how many students are there in a class. For that purpose, I have created Google Sheet. Google Form, I am going to share with my co-teachers to fill it up, right? Folder I have created to hold all the files which will be created by Autocrat individually for each student. So if I have 50 students, it will hold 50 files. Here I have created 4 students, so it will create 4 files. I'll show you practically, no need to worry. I'll show all the step practically. This is little bit tedious, so that is why I'm trying to go slow. We have enough time, we can do all the things very clearly. That is why I asked you to please do hands-on, side by side, because if you don't do, then you might face difficulty when you started doing after some time. So better to do it now. Am I clear? Should I proceed now? Please reply in chat window. Yes, okay, thank you. So now add-ons will come into the picture. So what first thing I need to do, I just go to Google Sheet, click on add once. You are required to install Autocrat add-on. How to install it? You just have to click get add-ons. Here you will get a good number of add-ons. So type Autocrat here. See this is already installed in my system. That is why it is showing installed. I request you all to please install it. Just click it. I have to uninstall if I want to install it again. It is already installed. That is why it is showing uninstall. You might be getting install option here. Just install it. I request you all to please install this AutoCrat add-on in your Google Sheet. Should I proceed now? Have you installed it, professors? Have you installed it? After installing, you will wait. Okay. Okay, please. After installation, you will get AutoCrat here in add once, and you just have to click launch. Yes, madam. Okay. I'm going to create a new job, so I just have to click new job. Here I have to give the name of the job. Suppose I'll give test. Or no, test is fine. Next. Here it will ask for the template recently I have created. So I have to select it from my drive. The template I have created, which template I haven't given any name, I think. So it's untitled document. Select, let me cross check once. Yes, it is untitled document. So what I should, okay, I'll give this name. From drive. See, name is, it's a good practice if you give name to each and every document, it will easy to recognize them. Otherwise it will show as untitled as it was showing before. So I have changed the name, select. Then I have to click to repeat, ma'am. Okay, so what I did, let me show you once again. First step, I created the folder. From that you want me to repeat, or just from the add ones, AutoCrat? After folder. Okay, first you have to create the folder, then you have to create a Google form, one template and one sheet with number of students you want to create files. Then you have to click this Google Sheet. You just have to install one add-on named AutoCrat. After installing it, you will see this option AutoCrat available just in the menu. So you just have to click AutoCrat. You will see launch. Click launch. It will open this window for you. You just have to click new job. Now give some user-friendly name to your job. Suppose I'm giving test. You can give a name as you like. Click next. Madam, have you installed AutoCrat? Might be you are getting the option open. So you can click over it. You will get the same window. Yes, you will get the same window. Okay. Okay. So next I have to choose that template I have created in my drive. So I just have to click from drive. Here, this is the template I have created. So I just have to select it and I have to click next. Here I have to merge the sheet with the template. So what I need to do is, please look carefully. This is the important step. What you are required to do, first you have to give the name of the sheet in which you populated the record of your student. So that sheet is sheet 1. You can see here, this is sheet 1. So you have to select sheet 1 of your Google Sheet. Header row is the first row, that is the name and roll number is the header row, and data starts from the second row. It will automatically take this data. Header row is the first row and the data row starts from the second. We have populated the record from the second row, so second onwards it will take. Okay, so and by default it will map name. This is the tag. Let me show you. This is the same tag we have created in our template name. So we have to map this with our column. Which column? Column of this sheet name. So here this is selected by default by AutoCAD. Otherwise we have to select it. But by default it is selected generally. Then you have to click next. Next. Here you have to give the file name. How I will recognize, because in the folder I could see that 50 number of file, or here I have 4 students, so I could see 4 files. I want some suitable name so that at first glance I would be able to know that this file belongs to this student. For that purpose I need to mention the tag, so that what it will do, it will create file with the name of the student. First name is Amit, so it will create a file with the name Amit. Second student is Sumit, so it will create one file named Sumit. Like this it will do. So that is why I am giving the name, file name. This is the file which AutoCAD is going to create with the name of the students. Professors, please make a note. This is important point. Whatever you are going to write here, AutoCAD is going to make the file with that name. If you put some text, it will make all the files with that text, whatever you are going to provide here. If you put this tag, name tag, so it will fetch name one by one and it will make files with that particular name. So please mention name tag over here so that you will get file with the name of the student. Am I clear? Please reply in chat window. Should we proceed? Very clear. Okay, thank you. I'm expecting reply from all of you. Only few are replying. Okay, so let's proceed. So what next we have to do? We just have to click next. Now the destination folder you have to choose where you want these file to be stored. Somebody has asked this question that why the folder is needed. For this purpose the folder is needed. The file AutoCAD is going to create where it is going to save it. If you don't create a folder, what it will do, it will create 50 files, or for example here there are just few students, 4 files are there. So you can easily recognize what about 100 student, what about 50 students. So it would be very difficult for you to find all those files from your drive, because in drive we have we have all the files, so it's very difficult to find out the files. So it's like a folder that you are managing your task, you are putting all the files in one location, so it would be easy for you. So here you have to choose that folder you have created in your drive. So I have created student performance record, so I have chosen that. You just have to click it. My drive, you just have to delete. Otherwise, it is going to create all the files in your drive also. So it will duplicate. So you need to delete. So I have deleted that option. I have created the created folder I have chosen here. Click next, 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 By default, we'll go. And at last, we will create save. It will do some processing and it'll ask us to run the job. So this is the job. We have to run it. So just click the symbol, play symbol, and running job test. It is running the job, and you would see some difference in your sheet, Google Sheet file. Okay, please do it. The AutoCAD will take some time. It's done. It is done. Now look at your Google Sheet. It has created, see, document successfully created and document successfully merged. What this add-on did basically, it has created 4 files, let me show you, in the folder and merged it with the template. That is what it did. See, Amit, Rohit, Shalini, Sumit, and see, Amit. This is the file individually for Amit. Okay. So this is how we have created 4 files. See, 4 individual file with using AutoCAD. That is how you can create files for all of your students, all of your classes. Okay, it's coming. Rest of the students, please reply so that we can proceed further. We have done just one step. We just have created blank files in our folder. So should I proceed now? Okay. I'm expecting more replies. If you are doing side by side, then please do reply. If you understood the concept or not, if you are not able to do it now, then at least reply that you understood the concept. That is enough for me. Okay. Okay, so enough replies I have received. Okay, so let's proceed further. Next, what we have to do, you just now we have completed first add-on, that is AutoCAD. Now doc appender will come into the picture. So what you have to do, you just have to go to Google Forms. Same way you have to install add-on. Here I have already installed doc appender. How you can install it? Let me show this. Click this 3 dots and you will see this add once. Click add once. It will take you to the list of add-ons. There are number of add-ons available for Google Forms. What you have to do, you just have to type doc appender. Just type doc appender. Click doc appender add-on. As I have already installed it, so it is showing uninstall. I don't want to uninstall it. I request all of you to please install doc appender in your Google Forms. The moment you installed it, it will show here. It will add one symbol here. This is the add-on symbol. You just have to click it and you just have to click doc appender. Okay, okay, install it please. I'm waiting. What is the max number we can do? For what, ma'am? For that AutoCAD? See, I have tried till 90 student, but what problem I have faced is in the middle of the merging process, it got stopped. When I was running the job, it got stopped in the middle, like after merging 40 or after creating 40 files. After that, I need to go manually. One by one, means every time I just have to click run job, run job, run job for rest of the students. That is the problem I have faced. I'm not sure that you are going to face the same problem. I have done this autocrat, or I have tried this autocrat with 90 students maximum. So you can try it at your own, you can explore it at your own, that how does it work for more student. For limited student, it works well, as I have shown. For 4 student, it is taking few seconds to create files. Okay, I hope all of you have installed Doc Appender. So what you have to do, just click add once. You will see one symbol. This symbol is for add once. Just click over it. You will see I have installed 3 add-ons. That wise 3 are visible. You are installing it first time, so you will be having just one. So you will be seeing Doc Appender. Just click Doc Appender. I need to refresh it actually. Okay. You will get this option. If you click Doc Appender, you will see this small dialog box. You just have to click Open Sidebar. You just have to click Open Sidebar. See, certify ma'am only. Where, madam? In my screen, or in add-ons you are not able to find Doc Appender? I have 3 add-ons. Right now I am working on Doc Appender. So are you not able to see Doc Appender? It's here, Doc Appender. Yes, okay. See, certify am only. I request all the participants to please reply in chat window whether this Doc Appender add-on is visible to you or not. Doc Appender is coming. Shushila ma'am, please. Visible. Okay, okay, okay. All right. So what we have to do, we just have to click Doc Appender, open slide bar, click open slide bar, and you will have this window. Now what we need to do, we just have to select the folder from the drive which we have created. So this was the folder we have created. We just have to click the folder, click select. Click select. Okay, then you will get this screen and this button at the bottom. So you just have to click next. Here you have to refresh, click refresh list, so that you can get all the question here. Whatever question you have mentioned in your form, you will be getting here. See, now I am able to see the questions. What I have mentioned, first the name field, next teacher name and the performance. So what I want name. So I have just selected name option. Please select the name field. Now I'll click save and populate selected question. Please look carefully what this option is going to do. You will see instantly, you will see the difference in your form, in Google form. Am I clear? Please reply in chat window. Am I clear to all? Refresh list is not activating for me. Okay, no problem. Just close it and refresh this form, and then go to add-on and click Doc Appender. Open this window again, and then you will get the list. Professors, are you getting me? Please reply in chat window. Should I proceed further, or you need some time to do it by yourself. Yes, yes, okay. Yes, ma'am. So next step, what I need to do is I just have to click this button, save and populate selected question. As soon as the moment I click this button, the name would be visible. See, can you see the difference in your form? All the name are visible here. It has populated your this section, your this question. It fetched all the names that you have given in your Google Sheet, right? So if you have mentioned 50 students, then at one go, you can have all those 50 names here. Otherwise, you just have to type it again and again. I hope now it is clear that why I have taken it as multiple choice question, because now teacher have to grade them individually. Teacher have to grade them individually. So that is why it have to be either drop down form or this multiple choice option button. So that is why I have not taken short type of question and taken this multiple choice, because I wanted to use this Google app, form app doc appender, which is used to populate the record and fetch the record from the Google Sheet. Okay, can you repeat the last two steps? Yeah, sure. Let me do it again. Let me close it. I'm explaining the steps once again. So professors, what you are required to do, just a minute, I'm shifting my chat window. Please give me a minute. Okay. So what you after I'm explaining all the steps after installing the doc appender. So what you have to do is you just have to click on, first you have to install this add once name doc appender. As soon as you install it, it'll come here with an icon. So you just have to click it, click doc appender. This window will be open. Just click open slide bar. It'll show this sidebar to you. You just have to choose the folder what you have created in your Google Drive. Choose the folder. So I have chosen this student performance record folder, which I have created, in which I have created all the 4 files with the help of AutoCAD. So what I did, I just have chose this, I have just chosen this folder. I have to click next. Here I want to populate name. So I have already refreshed it. That is why it is coming here. If it is not coming, then you just have to click refresh list. As soon as you click it, you will get option here, name and this teacher and performance record, whatever you have mentioned in your form now, you will get here. Okay, so what you have to do, you just have to click save and populate selected questions. See, so what it will do, it will populate the record with from the Google Sheet option, from the Google Sheet, whatever you have mentioned in the name field, this question will be populated by that. Okay, so I have created 4 students with 4 names. So these 4 names will be visible here. So in one go, we can do this with one student. Nobody, no needs to do it for more than one student. Like if I in my class, if I am having 50 students, so in one go I can have all the names here. So this is the purpose of the doc appender. Click next. Now what you want in your in that file, the templates you have created now, the separate file you have created for each student. So in what form you want the response? Timestamp you want at what time the teacher reply. You want the name of the teacher. You want the name of the student, the roll number of the student, teacher name you want, and you want performance of the students, right? You want all these fields. So you just have to click, you just have to check all these, and then in which format you want. in format, in bulleted list, in vertical. I'll show you all. First, let me show you the bulleted list. First, I'll check this bulleted list and I'll enable it. Enable it. The changes have been saved. Now what I need to do is I just have to share this form with my other teachers. Two ways I can share with them. First, I can type the email IDs of all the 4 teachers, what I have mentioned, Mrs. Simmi, Mr. Satish, and all those 4 names, all the teachers, email ID I need to mention here. Or I can share it as a link. So I just have to click the second button. This is the link button. I just want to shorten the URL. So I will click here and copy this link. Copy this link. I'm sharing this link with you guys on in the chat box. I request you all to please see, I'm posting the link in chat box. I have posted the link. So I request all of you to please click this link and fill the form. Just give a report of any one student, Amit, Rohit, Shalini, Sumit, anyone. I'll show you the output, that how it look like in bulleted form, how it will collect the record or the performance report from other teachers. So please click this form. I have posted the link in chat box. Please click the form and fill it once. I'll show you that how it will reflect at my end. Am I clear? Am I clear? Please reply in chat window. Okay, as of now, I have received 2 responses. All right. So let me show you how it will be reflected to me. Just give me a second. See. Yes. 2 responses I have received for Amit. See, I have chosen timestamp, name, roll number, and teacher name, Mr. Satish. Yes, yes, I'm getting responses. So this, in this form, I can collect the performance of students in other classes as well from my co-teachers, right? So this is the way. So this is the one format. Another, let me change it to another format now, so you can see the difference. This was the bulleted list. Now let me change it to vertical tables. Now let us see how it will look like. Oh good, I have received 10 responses, 11. Okay, so let me see. See, can you see the difference? I have chosen the second option. So in this way, actually I used, out of these 3, the third one is the best. I feel so. Let me try this also. Single horizontal table. So it will give all the details in the form of table. So let me see 11. Please respond. Please fill another form so that I can see, I can make you see that how it will reflect with single horizontal table. As of now, I have received 11 replies, 12 responses. Okay, that is enough. 12. Okay, let me show you. I think you have chosen some other student. See, Can you see the difference? Now this is in table form. Yes. With the timestamp, name, roll number, teacher name, and performance. So at one place, I can get about all the details about the student, Rohit. So this is how I can track the performance of my students. I hope I am clear, and we should proceed for the next topic because we are running short of time. It's already 11:10 and 2 topics are left. Okay, so I should proceed for the next one. And the next one is the choice eliminator add-on. Okay, that is all for this topic. So let me move towards, I think I'm very clear about this. Okay. Okay. So choice eliminator, for what purpose it is used? Let me make another form. For example, I suppose I'm conducting a sports meet. For that, I need some players. I have made 3 or 4 teams. Suppose choose the sport. One more question I need to mention. The name of the student I need to collect. So name and which sport you are interested in, right? So suppose I am giving option tennis, basketball, and next is badminton. Okay, so next chess. Suppose I am looking for players and almost all the teams are full, but 2-3 members are required in each and every team. So I just want it to make it open for the students so that they can fill their choice, and it will be on first come first serve basis. So what I need to do is, for this I need to have choice eliminator add-on. So I request you all to please install choice eliminator the same way I have told you the doc appender. Same way you have to install choice eliminator. What you have to do is, after installing it, you just have to click it. You will get this option. Just click configure. Just a minute. There might be some problem, I guess. But from my end, it's showing that I have shared my screen. How it's not visible? At my end, it's showing I have shared.
Again, kindly check for resharing, ma'am.
I tried both the things. With new share also, I have tried. Anyway, sir, we are running short of time, I guess. It's already 11:20, so better you explain it. So it will take 5 minutes, I think, to explain this choice eliminator, and 5 to 10 minutes for that certify M. As the screen is not, and we are running short of time now. So I request you to do so. No, ma'am, your photo is there. Okay, I'm sorry, professors. I don't know what happened, but I'm continuously sharing my screen. Suddenly, all of a sudden, it stopped sharing. I tried both the ways, new share also, but it's not working, I guess. Yeah, I can rejoin. That's the option. But as we are running short of time now, only 10 minutes are left. So it will take next 2 to 3 minutes to rejoin. So no problem, no issue. Sir will explain. It's the easy thing. Choice Eliminator is a easy app to use.
Okay. So here you have, I'll create a new form to use the choice eliminator. So this is basically an alumni invite form. I want to invite alumni for the function. Okay. So I'll just give alumni invite form. Alumni invite form. So maybe I'll ask the name of the student. Which batch? So this is must. I'll just copycat the question. So you can just ask which batch. Okay. Passing out batch. So automatically you can see this response validation is getting added. So response validation is basically, it will check whether the data is a number or not, but here we don't require, we can remove it. This response validation, you can use it. Yeah, please. Okay, I've created this alumni invite form. I've given a name of the student. I've given the passing out batch. Okay, I have removed any response validation. You can see from here, this you have 3 dots. Okay, so in this 3 dots, if you press, you have something called as response validation. So response validation actually validates your response. Suppose you are getting a mobile number from a student. So mobile number essentially has to be a number. Accidentally, a student may just type a letter. Okay, to avoid those conflicts, response validation we can add. Okay, but here for this, we don't require any response validation. I'm just putting passed out batch. I have created 3 entries. I'll also create a number, WhatsApp number. WhatsApp number. You see here, response validation has been added. First entity is name of the student. Second entity is passing out batch. Third entity is WhatsApp number. It's a required question. Okay. So response validation is, it should be a number first, and it will check whether you can give a range. Suppose you are giving a register number, or suppose you are asking the age of a particular thing. You are restricting certain thing below 18, say. Then you can just put it should be greater than 18, like that. Okay. So here it's just number. I'm just checking it is number. Okay. Suppose you are checking this column is for age, for example, and this workshop is for only for 18 years above, for example. Then I can choose greater than, and I can give 18. So if they enter age less than 18, then automatically it will give an error. So you can give a message like age should be at least 18, like that. You can give a error message. Okay. Here we are not going to do that option. I'm just telling you have an option to do it. Okay. So what we'll do is that we'll just keep it as number itself. Number, it should be a number. If they enter any other thing, by normally it will tell it is error. Or if you want, you can tell a custom message, please use numbers only. Please use numbers only. Okay. So we have made 3 things: name of the student, passing out batch, WhatsApp number. Fine. Now the main part where the response, this choice eliminator comes into picture. Okay, I have a problem here. Here we don't have the add-on actually. We need to install that add-on. Okay, first we'll see the choice eliminator. First we'll add the next question. So for a choice eliminator to work, the question should be either a multiple choice or a drop down. Only for these choices, your choice eliminator will work. Either it has to be a multiple choice or drop down. Most preferable is it should be a drop down. Okay. So I'll use a drop down menu. So I'm just activities. What I'm actually calling is, this is an alumni invite form. I'm calling the alumni to help with the activities. So I'm conducting many competitions like lemon on the spoon. Okay, I'm conducting say a rugby game. Sorry if the spelling is wrong. I'm not sure of the spelling. Okay, so we have a group cricket match. We want volunteers for these options. For these options, we want volunteers. Okay, then for our lunch meet to help with the food we require. Okay, these are the things. Okay, these are things we require volunteers. Okay, now I am going to install. Actually, if in this account add-ons is not installed, I'll just go to add-ons. Okay, so from here I have to choose choice eliminator. So choice eliminator 2 is the latest version. We'll download choice eliminator. Hope you have installed choice eliminator. I'm installing it again. I mean, in this account I have not installed, so I'm just installing it. I'm just giving allow. So my choice eliminator is getting installed. Yeah, it is done. Now I can just close this menu. Now I'll just see now the new icon has came. After the add-ons is installed, I'm just going into add-ons. I have only one add-on, it's choice eliminator. I'm just clicking on it. So you have two options in here. One is configure and another one is help. Okay, I'm just clicking on configure. As soon as I click on configure, it's opening up a pop-up window. This is just, it will tell you use drop-down type for instead of multiple choice for better reliability. Okay, so most preferred is drop-down. Okay, so I can just, it's an help note. Okay, close. Fine. So from this form, so it see automatically it identifies which is a drop-down question. Drop-down question in this is activate. Okay, activities is a drop-down question. So I just click on this square box. You can see the square box. Eliminate choices. I just click it. It will start to create. It will start to create. Okay, now it has created. It has enabled choice eliminator. Now the interesting part, choice options. See, first I did the square. It started to create. That is what I meant by create is choice eliminator is made active for this particular form. Now I click on this choice options. Once I click on choice option, so it will show you all the four. We have these four options: lemon in the spoon, rugby, group match. Okay, you suppose you require only 2 volunteers for lemon in the spoon, and I require only 3 participants for rugby. For cricket match, I require say 6 members. For lunch meet, I require say 10 members. Okay. So what is the purpose of giving this count is, normally when you expose this Google form as such, so suppose everyone is interested only in lemon in the spoon. So no one will be filling it for rugby, group cricket match like that. You cannot make them already this is full, you can take this like that, we cannot tell. Okay. Instead of this, you give the count for each. For lemon and spoon, I require only 2 volunteers. For rugby, I require only 3. For group cricket match, only 6. For lunch meet, only 10. Okay, fine. Now we have given it, you can just close it. It is automatically saved. You can just check choice option. So already the values will be appearing. So 2, 3, 6, and 10. That's the option I have given. I'll just close. Now your choice eliminator is ready. Okay. We'll go to the preview of the form. Okay. Now a student fills it. So say passed out is 2002 or something. So I'll just give my number 9944. Okay, some number. Okay, it's some. Okay. Now the activities I want to participate. See, it shows all the 4. We know that lemon in the spoon has 2, rugby has 3, this is 6, this is 10. Okay. So the student gives lemon in the spoon and he submits. Okay. Now again, I'll just go for submitting another response. This time I'll just put Rama. Then passing out badge is 2015. I'll give a number. Okay. Again, the second student is also choosing lemon in the spoon. Okay, the second choosing so far 2 entries are over for lemon in the spoon. Okay, now I submit. Now the third student is taking up the form. Just give some Kumar, say 2014. Sorry. Okay, some number. I'll just see the activities. See in activities, because already you cannot see the lemon in the spoon option itself, because we have given the count as 2. So maximum 2 times any person can submit. After that, that choice itself will not display. Now the student will have only the choice to choose from these 3. Okay, so that is the advantage. So you need not, it will be automatically. So every time, according to the limit we have fixed, that will be taken. Okay, so that is the great thing of choice eliminator. It can be used according to your application scenario. I have just demonstrated with an example. You can see. So again, in lunch meet, you are filling for 10 entries. More than 10 entries, it will not show you lunch meet. Okay, so that's how this thing works. That's the basic. That's how basically your choice eliminator works. Fine. Okay. So that's, ma'am, have you discussed other things? So that's how your choice eliminator. If you want any doubt, you can just ask. That's how your choice eliminator basically works. So you need to take up the add-on. It essentially works only with a drop-down menu. Okay. Yeah. Ma'am, you are the co-host. You try to present.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I rejoined the meeting. Let me share my screen. If it's yeah. Let me share my screen first.
Yeah,
Just a minute. Give me a second.
yeah, please. No, I'm still the icon is there. Okay.
Sir, I have shared my
Yeah,
screen. I have opened the PPT. So is it visible now?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. Okay. Okay, sir. Okay. So you finished, I think, choice eliminator.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we can proceed towards Certify-M for automatically generation of certificate. Okay. So let me open my Google Drive form. Yes, this. Okay, so let us start. What you are required to do is you just have to make a form. Suppose
not
what?
visible.
Hello?
Your screen is not visible. It only icon is displaying.
Screen is not visible?
No, ma'am.
Okay, let me.
Other participants can tell if it is so. For me, it is not visible.
I request participant to please reply if my screen is visible or not. Are you able to see it? I have opened my drive.
No, not visible, ma'am.
Okay, let me share once again. Is it visible now?
Yeah,
I have
it's visible.
it's visible now. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's proceed. I have opened my Google Drive. What you are required to do is actually we need to generate the certificate automatically. For that purpose, we are having one add-ons called Certify M. So what you need to do is you just have to make a quiz. What I want that student appear for the quiz. This is the quiz I have already made. So what I want, students have to appear for this quiz. Okay. And if they score more than 50% or the percentage, whatever you want to set, you can set from 0 to 100%. So if they pass or just a participation certificate, it's up to you. Okay. So you can set the criteria. If they pass, they can get the certificate automatically. It will be generated automatically and will be sent via mail. So how to do it? For that, we need one add-on. Click add-on and please download Certify M. Let me show you. Certify M. I have already installed it. That is why it is showing installed. You are required to install it. I'm sorry, professors. I'm not going to wait here because as you know that we have already exceeded the time. So I'll proceed for the demonstration. Okay, you can try it later. Back. Let me hide the icons. Just a minute. Google Drive. Okay, so after adding the add-on, you will get add-on here. When you click on this add-on button, you will see the Certify M. What I did is I just I just collecting to email ID, the name of the students, and I have made one another section by creating this add section option, so that this content, the content from this would be in section 1. It will be visible at on the first page to the students, and when they click on next, then this quiz will be visible. I have just entered one question. It's just for a demo sake. Okay, so I made it as a quiz by clicking on settings and quizzes and make this a quiz. Make sure that you enable this toggle button before proceeding for the quiz, because this is the quiz now. On the basis of quiz only you are going to give the certificates. So make sure that you make it as a quiz. Okay, next thing, you just have to click add-ons, Certify M. You will get this number of options. Then you have to click the first one, show Certify M controls. It will show this dialog box. As I have generated certificate with this, so it is automatically on. This is turned on automatically. Otherwise, it will ask you to turn it on. You just have to click OK. Then this form will be connected to Certify M. And then this dialog box would be appear. I have already generated 10 certificates. That is why it is showing 90. 100 certificates you can generate using this Certify M. This is the limit. So what passing criteria I just want, I don't want to make it at high. I just want to make it at just 20%. So it is saving the changes. We have number of template available. See, these are the templates already built in Certify M. You can choose any of them, or you can use your custom templates. So I'm going to use my template which I have created. So I have to select that. I have saved in Drive, and it's made in Google Slide. So I have created the certificate, activity topper certificate. I'll show you how it looks like. So I just have to select it. I just have to click Save Changes. See, here the template is changed to activity topper, right? The certificate I have included. Then click to Advanced. In advanced setting, you can set some settings. You can write the sender name and the message you want. Internet connection is unstable. Oh, my voice is clearly audible or not? Actually, my connection is not stable. I'm getting this message. So I'm clearly audible. Audible, ma'am. Okay, thank you. Okay, so this message I want to give to the participant. Thank you for your submission. If you passed, you will receive a participate certificate shortly. As soon as they attempt the quiz, they'll get this message. Okay, and the name of the sender, suppose this certificate I am sending now, so I am giving my name here. Subject is suppose congratulations. And save changes. Okay, let me show you the certificate what I have made. I need to show you because I have made some tags also. So what are the tags and how you can use it? See, this is the certificate I am going to use to give my students. I have conducted one exhibition, science exhibition based on artificial intelligence. So this is the certificate we have made. This is just for demo purpose. I haven't included the logo and all those things. So the important part is here, this tag. Can you see this? Full name. And this is the curly braces. So this is the format. These are the tags. You just have to, just a minute, I just you just have to mention here. Full name should be mentioned here. Name, and whatever name you have given here, you just have to make it as a tag. You want this name to be present here now, so that is why you just have to mention the name of the field you have used in the form with curly braces, 2 curly braces in the starting and 2 curly braces in the end, as we did in the template with angular brackets. There we use angular brackets, here we have to use in CertifyM, it is used these curly braces. So 2 curly braces before the tag and 2 curly braces after the tag. This is the certificate ID that would be unique for each and every certificate. So this is how I have created my certificate. This is my virtual digital signature. So the main thing is here, the tag. The tag must be here, the certificate. So this is how I have created it. So let us go again to this quiz. Let me close this. Okay. Advanced setting I have already done, I think. Yes, it's done. So link to exam. Let me show you. Suppose I have to share this link with my students. Okay, and they'll have to fill the form. So I am filling the form as a student. Suppose student name is Somu. Click next. Now I'll require to fill the correct option. Suppose I select which one is a fruit. So I'll select mango. Just click submit. See, this is the message I have given in advanced setting. Thank you for your participation. If you passed, you will receive a printable certificate shortly. You can view your score from here. Oh, sorry, I haven't set the correct answer. That is why it is showing 0. Let me correct it. Let me go to the form once again. I just have to set the correct answer. I have made it as a quiz, but I haven't selected the correct answer. So first I need to select the correct answer, then only it will give you marks. I forgot to select the correct answer. So click answer key. This is the correct answer, mango. Just click done. Okay. No, I don't want to share it, or I'll just share this link with you guys in the form, in the chat box. You please attempt for the quiz and you will get your certificates in your mailbox. Okay, so I am sharing this link with you guys in the chat box. Yes, I have shared the link. Just click the link, attempt the quiz, and within a minute or 2, you will get your certificate in your inboxes. Okay, that is all for today's session. I took 15 minutes more. It was supposed to be completed by 11:30, but it stretched 15 minutes more. So thank you, participants. That is all for this session. I request you all to please attempt this quiz and see how does it work. All right, so Hema sir, should we end the session now?
Yeah, yes sir, yes ma'am.
Okay, I request all the participants to join the meeting again at 1 p.m. We will start the meeting at 1 sharp. And sorry for the inconvenience. I took 15 minutes more due to network connectivity. Okay, no issues. So we are ending the meeting. Please try this form, this certificate form at your own, and this choice eliminator add-on as well. Okay, thank you guys.